Ford has given two of its popular models a facelift, the Fiesta and the Focus. Now if you want to know everything about the renewed Fiesta, you have to watch this video. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the renewed Focus. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this renewed model. I'm going to take you through the interior, the exterior, and we're going to take it for a drive. The current generation of the Focus has been on the market since 2018, but now it looks a little bit more modern because Ford has given it a facelift. So that means you got a few new design changes. For example, the Ford logo has disappeared here from the bonnet and is now located here in the grille. And there's something else going on with the bonnet because it's completely new and it's a little bit higher up. They also did the same with the Fiesta, and it kind of makes the car look a little bit more bigger and it gives it a little bit more road presence. Of course, you also get new headlights, you get LED headlights as standard, but you can also get these matrix LED lights that I've got here. These lights automatically adjust the light intensity depending on the weather conditions or if there's any traffic around you. And this particular version that I'm driving right now also has the black housing here for the lights, which makes the car just look a little extra cool. On the renewed Focus, you still get the plastic door protectors here that kind of fold around the door when you open them. I really think this system should be mandatory on basically all cars because it really saves a lot of damage, a lot of scratches when you accidentally hit something. And also the car next to you will be really glad that your car has it. So let's get into the Focus. The car is 4 meters and 40 centimeters long, so yeah, definitely not a small car. And you can really tell here on the inside I've got plenty of headroom and also plenty of leg room. This is, however, the mild hybrid version that I'm driving right now, and there is a small battery located here under the passenger seat, which means that I can't really put my feet under the seat, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not the end of the world. So what else did you get here? You get an armrest with two cup holders, you get two USB ports, a USB-C port and a USB-A port, which is actually kind of nice because not everybody has a modern tablet or a modern phone with a USB-C connection, so you can always use the older connection. The back-end design of the car really hasn't changed. All you get is new tail lights. They have a bit of a new design, but that's it. So again, you get the Focus name spelled out all over the hatch. So let's open the hatch. There's a little button here just above the license plate, and then the hatch will open. As you can see, this is an electric tailgate right now. This is the wagon, obviously you have seen that, which means you get a lot of space here. You got 600 liters of cargo space, and of course you can also fold down the rear seats. You got these two levers here, and if you press them, the bench will go flat, and then you have 1650 liters. Again, a lot of cargo space. Now if you go for the hatchback, you get 375 liters of cargo space and 1350 liters when you fold down the rear bench. Now there are a couple of new things here in this wagon version in the cargo area that we need to address. For example, there's something that Ford calls the wet area. Now if you open up this false floor, you can see there's a rubber mat here all the way in the back of the cargo area. And here you can, for example, clean off your muddy boots with a little bit of water. And then you can take out the entire rubber mat and just take it in your house and rinse it off with some water. So pretty clever. But there's more cleverness here in the back because there's more storage space right now, and there are multiple compartments where you can leave all your stuff, and of course there are hooks and tethering points and nets. So a very practical car again, the Focus wagon. One of the biggest changes in the interior here is the infotainment system and the infotainment screen that you now get in the renewed Focus. The screen is a lot bigger, it's 13-inch, which is quite big. And yeah, it looks a lot better now because it just looks like a very modern infotainment screen. It kind of looks and works like a big tablet, just like an iPad. So you get big buttons that are easy to use, easy to find. And you only need like 1 or 2 taps to find the right menus and buttons here. So that is really nice. So while you're driving, you don't need to fiddle around too much on the system, on the screen, because you can easily find everything that you're looking for. And the infotainment system itself is the Ford Sync 4 system, which is a brand new infotainment system by Ford. Like I said, it works pretty good and it's pretty fast. So it's not laggy, you don't have to wait for stuff to open. And so again, also very nice. And with this bigger infotainment screen, you get less physical buttons. Almost all the physical buttons have been removed because all the functions for the climate controls and the volume controls are now in the infotainment system. That means that the interior looks a lot more modern, very sleek indeed, but sometimes you will miss the physical buttons, especially for the climate controls. It's just very nice to have a physical dial for the temperature, so you can easily set it and you don't have to fiddle around on the screen. Sadly, you cannot do that anymore here in the renewed Focus, because you have to do everything on the infotainment screen, except for the volume, because there's still a physical volume dial down here. So let's talk motor options. There are plenty of motors to choose from. You can choose from diesel, you can choose from regular gas engines, and there are also now mild hybrid engines. So diesel you can get like 120 horsepower, gas you can get from 125 horsepower up to 280 horsepower. And that's of course the ST version, which is obviously the most fun version to drive. It's very nice to see that the ST is still around. I wasn't sure that it would come back with the refresh because, well, CO2 emissions, but it is still here. We're probably gonna drive that car later on in the season, and not right now, but that car does deserve its own video, so we're gonna try to make that work. Today we're still in the normal Focus. I am driving the active version, which is the crossover kind of version. It's a little bit higher up its wheels. It has plastic cladding around the wheel arches. This is the mild hybrid version, which is new. It has either 125 horsepower or 155. I'm driving the latter version. And on this mild hybrid you can put the 7-speed automatic in the L mode, and if you do that the car will do some regenerative braking, and the energy that it will win back it will store in a battery that is located, like I said, under the front seat here, and then it will use that energy to assist the petrol engine. It will not use that to do some electric driving, some full electric driving, because that is not possible. It will only assist the gas engine just to get the mileage a little bit down and the CO2 emissions. So how does the car drive? Well, it still drives like a Focus, because they haven't changed anything to the suspension setup and to the steering setup, which is a good thing, because the Focus is like the Fiesta, probably the most fun car to drive in its segments. There are multiple drive modes to choose from. There is a physical buttons to select the drive modes. If you go down here and you press it, it will appear on the screen. You can have normal modes, eco mode, sport modes, and on this active version there's also a snow and mud as well. Now if I put the car in eco mode, I can immediately notice that the car is holding back a lot. Like you expected, the accelerator is not doing anything when I press it, well, barely anything. However, if I go to sport mode, you can immediately notice that the gas is very direct. The steering wheel gets a little bit more tight, a little bit heavier, and the car will be a lot more fun to drive than in eco mode. It is just a lot of fun to drive this car. The Focus has always been one of the best cars to drive. Now obviously, if you want to have the most fun you can get, you have to go for the ST car, the ST version. Like I said, we're going to be driving that car hopefully later on. So if you're looking for a practical family car that can hold a lot of luggage, but also you want to have a car that is a lot of fun to drive, you definitely have to go for the renewed Ford Focus. So that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.